Everybody, and welcome to part 4, episode 16, Bittersweet 16.
Bittersweet, sour, everything.
Let's give a little talk about Ring of Honor here, then we're going to talk about piss poor booking.
Exactly. I keep coming in at the end of that. I'm so sorry.
That's alright.
Okay, Ring of Honor news, in addition to being available on pay-per-view, Best in the World will be available on Ustream.
So if you got a Ustream account, I believe you may be able to see it on Ustream.
Probably costs some money on there.
It probably costs some money.
Yeah. So, the main event will be the Ring of Honor title match. Adam Cole taking on Michael Engel. And I've seen some videos, and they've really been pushing this. They've been
looking at him for WWE, so...
Really? Very nice.
He's a big boy.
Ring of Honor tag team title match. You can get fired from TNA in your first night back. You can get a tag team title match. That's right.
I think you can get tag team titles.
Probably so. I'm thinking they can.
I think they are.
Redragon or Red Dragon.
Red Dragon.
Red Wagon. Blah, blah. I don't even know.
I think it's Red Dragon.
Or the Red Wagon. I don't know. The Red Wagon. Taking on Christopher Daniels and Frankie Kazarian because they can't say bad influence.
They'll think of some better name for Ring of Honor.
They probably will. So the TV title match will be Jay Lethal taking on Matt Taven, I believe is how you say it.
Yep.
With Truth Martini handcuffed to a ring post. He'll get out of it somehow.
Somebody will cut the handcuffs, yeah.
Submission match, Roderick Strong taking on Cedric Alexander. Not Cedric the Entertainer, but Cedric Alexander.
Strong probably win that one.
Probably so. And now this winner of this match earns a TV title shot. ACH, don't ask me what it means, because I don't know.
No, don't know.
Taking on Taka Wada Wada Wada. That's exactly what it means, okay? Taka Wada Wada Wada. Yes. I think he's from Japan. I don't know how to say it.
Yes.
Taking on Caprice Coleman. They can't come up with Caprice Coleman. They cannot come up with some better names. Taking on Tadarius. That's even worse. Tadarius Thompson. Jeez, people. Taking on B.J. Whitmer. Thank you. Better name. This is even worse. Taking on Tommaso Champagna.
We'll go with that.
Whoa, it's weird.
Okay.
So, whoever has the easiest name, ACH.
Will win.
You got the easiest name because your 3 initials win this match.
Yes.
ACH. ACH. That's what I'm chanting because that's the only thing I can tell. I can't say the other names.
Because you want to go BJ because people.
Ooh,
so
Lord, that's nasty. The Briscoes. This is going to be a great match. The Briscoes taking on...
There will be no winner.
That's right. Taking on Matt Hardy and Mike Bennett with the First Lady of Ring of Honor Wrestling. Maria. So John R. out there, we know you love Maria.
Come back to the WWE, Maria.
Order the pay-per-view for Ring of Honor because you love Maria.
Just for Maria.
That's the only reason he would order.
Probably his last
Probably
match.
so. And maybe Matt Hardy's last match because he is going to TNA in New York City. Yeah. But it's going to be Kevin Steen going to WWE pretty soon, taking on Silas Young. I don't know nothing about Silas Young. I'm thinking Kevin Steen is going to whoop his tail.
Yeah, one more
good whooping and gone.
And gone, yes.
Gone. And now we're going to talk about
ladies and gentlemen, we're going to
piss.
start with some
Piss.
poor
booking.
Yes. With a week to go for your big Money in the Bank pay-per-view,
Big.
the card should be filled by now. What do we know? We know one match, one tag match, and one person in another briefcase match.
Sad.
And that is it.
That's it.
Okay.
What,
I know you're
matches?
on the network. Yeah, 2 full matches. I know you're on the network. And that's where most of your money comes from because all the other cable companies are dropping you because you're on the net. You have the network now.
Yep.
But come on. Can we not write out a pay-per-view card and have it finalized before at the go-home show at least?
I think the way that most people, if you talk to Kevin Sullivan, you talk to Dusty Rhodes, you talk to all these people from the back in the day, the way they booked these shows was, you know how they booked it? From the end, backwards.
Yes.
So
and if maybe something happens, you can always switch around.
I understand you had to switch around because of Daniel Bryan, but you know the end result, and then you go backwards. And I know we're the peanut gallery. I get it.
No. You're talking about Daniel Bryan. They had plenty of time with Daniel Bryan.
Well, that's
but
true.
when they stripped Daniel Bryan the title, all they did was Money in the Bank qualifiers. They did no more of the storylines to build anything up.
That's true.
And now it's going to be rushed.
Mm-hmm.
And it's piss poor booking.
Which is sad, because TNA just rushed that whole thing with MVP too. Sad. But
and if John Cena walks out with a title, I'm going to be totally pissed on episode 17.
Yes.
He does not need the title,
We might
but
get some final thoughts
they have been rubbing it in the ground. That's all Michael Cole talked about.
Number
during
15.
SmackDown.
15
Number 15
time. Just because they're trying to make it the next Ric Flair, you know what?
He couldn't wear Ric Flair's jockstrap.
He couldn't lace his boots. He couldn't put on his knee pads. He couldn't do nothing.
Well, what we have already, we have Cena, Bray Wyatt, Cesaro, Reigns, Orton, Sheamus, and Alberto Del Rio. What in the hell is Alberto in this? I thought he was leaving the company 6 months ago.
He should have been released with the rest of them. Nobody cares.
No, nobody cares.
When they did a poll, I saw the poll for this of who they thought was in the running to win this. ADR, or no, it was actually for Brock Lesnar's.
Right.
Who would Brock Lesnar face at SummerSlam? And they gave you all these people in the Money in the Bank match. You know how much of a percentage that ADR had? 1%.
Who wants to see Brock Lesnar and Alberto Del Rio?
1%.
What was the most
He used
one?
to be a main eventer.
What was the most one?
The most one, Roman Reigns. With like 40-something%.
But that kills
And then
Daniel Bryan.
Then Cesaro was right behind him with only 15. That's how big of a gap there was.
But John Cena wasn't second?
He was also 15%.
No. He must have voted for himself.
13 or 15%. Anyway, either way, he was like second or third, which is pretty weird.
People were tired of John Cena. And then you have the Usos, but I believe it's time for the Usos to drop the belts.
I think the Wyatt family needs to win it. They've
Since
really
they're not going to
proven
bring up
themselves.
the Ascension,
Nope.
they should have been right at
Because
WrestleMania.
See, look, they're building up the Rhodes family again.
Yes.
So let's talk about that in a minute. But that means that the Wyatts need to win it so they can now feud with the Rhodes. Because the Rhodes don't need to be feuding with the Usos.
No. Dust to dust. Dust in the wind. The Dusty Roads.
There was a couple of them. I liked them.
Yes.
They were pretty good. Joey Styles is coming up with them. I liked it.
So we put a list here. List. Not a countdown
Not a
list.
countdown. No, not a countdown.
Of who we think may be in the second Money in the Bank, since they're going to rush and fill it all on Monday on
This is not
Raw.
going to be main eventers because all the main eventers are in the other match. If you want to call
But
them
you
main
got
eventers.
Seth. Seth said he's in the he's on main event. He said he's in the second.
Which,
round
why
match.
couldn't they have made main event SmackDown qualifiers for this one? Sad.
Yeah.
But you have Seth already in.
Dean wants to beat his ass, so I figured Dean's going to be in
Dean
it.
should put in it. Kane
They
should
throw
go in
Kane
there.
all of a sudden in there, so Kane's
Because
that's
he
the
has
other
nothing
one.
to do because Daniel Bryan's out.
Kofi's high flyer. They love Kofi doing crap, so he got to be in it.
Yes, going over the top rope, doing ladder stuff like that, yes.
Big E,
Big
maybe.
E has nothing.
I don't know.
Either they're going to get Big E versus Rusev again.
Yeah, then that leaves 2 spots then.
I know.
And then Bo Dallas, I think Bo Dallas is over. I know.
I heard Vince, what he was saying to him.
Ladies and gentlemen, piss poor booking.
If you don't book these people in a certain direction, people can't. I understand you don't want people to know what's happening, but guess what? You need to at least put them into a certain
And you know what?
direction.
They make you believe it's going to be Bad News Barrett and Dolph, because Dolph beat him?
Yeah.
Hell, they may be stuck in the Money in the Bank briefcase match.
They'll probably put them in there. We want to get a U.S. title match or an IC title match at the pay-per-view.
Not stupid. Piss
poor.
poor booking. Goldust and Stardust, which is Cody Rhodes, he's not left the company.
He is not fired. Contrary to what some people on Facebook want to believe. I'm talking country because he's probably a country bumpkin.
We should get them and Ryback again.
Again.
Maybe get
Hopefully they're done.
Maybe get a Divas title match. Maybe get a Divas tag match. Maybe get a mixed tag match.
Throw all the women in there, my gosh.
I have no clue. Because you know why?
Piss poor
booking.
Sad.
So we will see what happens.
You know what?
Yeah.
That's how we feel about that.
That's pitiful.
Throw it in the trash.
Can't you have people that this is something we talked about? It should be different people writing for different people.
Exactly. You got so many
different matches.
You got enough writers, which they just fired some guy who didn't even write. He just organized. How stupid is that?
Yeah.
Okay, so you got enough writers. Okay, you have these 2 writers need to do the main events. These 2 writers do the mid card. These 2 writers take care of the lower card. Guess what that means? And then a couple of writers take care of the women. Guess what that means? Everybody would have storylines.
Yes, you would be guessing a week to go.
What happened
Your
to the day?
pay-per-view
What
should
happened
not
to
be.
the day when we had the original WrestleManias and you had 16 matches? I understand. You don't overbook your matches.
No. But still, 16 matches. Still got it in time.
Yes.
Now they can't.
Still know you knew the matches 6 months in advance.
Now they can't even get 8 matches in 4 hours.
No.
They're cutting matches. Again, piss poor writing, and it has to stop.
What happened to the days of Vince McMahon, Pat Patterson, J.J. Dillon? Bring those days back. That's who used to write WWE. Let's let that happen again.
Throw JR in there too.
Throw Kevin Sullivan. I love Kevin Sullivan.
Yeah, quit about burning these bridges. Say, hey, if they were a good writer, put him in there.
Paul Heyman, I know he was a bad businessman. But
Yeah.
Geez, he was a genius in ECW.
Money in the Bank.
Zeb Coulter, Dirty Dutch Mantel.
Okay.
Jeez, people.
Yes, you
Don't
have.
bring Vince Russo.
You have the network, so you think, well, I got these people locked down, so no matter what they watch it, don't watch it. But trying to make money on pay-per-view, and you give them this so far? If I was buying the pay-per-view, I may not buy it.
Right now, what would you rather order? Ring of Honor or
I'd
WWE?
rather order Ring of Honor. If I had to pick,
You know the whole
if I was
card.
gonna pick, I'd pick Ring of Honor.
That card was put in advance.
Because that's gonna be history. First time on pay-per-view,
Exactly.
it's gonna be history.
That pay-per-view has been, those matches have been set for weeks.
And they can't start, if they start this crap, then the people when 6 months is up is gonna start walking away
Yes.
from the network and they're
You
gonna
need
lose
to
money.
keep them coming back. When 6 months is up, hey, people are going to walk out and leave, and then you're going, well, why'd you leave?
I know, we gave you original programming, but we screwed up the pay-per-view.
Yes, I love Legends House. Okay, great. But that's not what $10 is all about. I want a pay-per-views too. That was the whole.
Yes.
That was the whole point. That was the whole push.
All right, folks. Well, that's it for us. This piss poor booking has got on my nerves. So, but we'll be back next week for episode 17. We'll talk more about indie stuff and whatever happens this past week. I guess if we can probably talk about Money in the Bank. It should be cards to be felt.
The next, talk about more of the tournament.
Talk about more of the tournament.
More
yes.
countdowns.
More
And the
countdowns.
Ring of Honor pay-per-view.
And we'll do the results.
That's right.
Well, right here, I'm Mike Hogan, and you know this guy.
Justin Carter.
And this is Top Rope Rowdy right here on YouTube. Sweet 16.